everybody, and welcome to tonight's AQA GCSE Geography question and answer session. This is the home of Geography Vision this evening for 45 minutes. I'm going to stay with you for 45 minutes to build up your confidence, get you feeling good about that physical geography paper tomorrow, my favourite one actually. And you can ask any questions, hit us up in the chat. Say hello, first of all. Who's in the chat? Who's joined us this evening for tonight's AQA Geography live stream? Say hello. And if you've got your cup of tea, obviously it's cup of tea and case studies. Make sure you got your cup of tea on hand, maybe some little treats as well, because you guys deserve it. You've had your biology exam, you've had your English exam, and now you've got your geography exam, which is obviously the best exam out of them all, especially paper one. I love paper one, physical geography. We're going to run through the structure of the paper. We've got a little Kahoot quiz as well on the case studies, so stay tuned for that one. And then you can ask anything. You can ask anything in the chat that you're worried about. Can you just run through this? Can you just tell me about this? Yeah, you are in control of tonight's live stream. And as I say, I don't want to keep you all evening because I know you're revising really hard as well. But yeah, you can ask anything. You are the leaders of tonight's live stream. Just before we get started as well, please hit that like button, hit that thumbs up. It means a hell of a lot to us at the channel. And subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. It's free, and it's your little way of saying thank you for the channel. So hit that subscribe button and the notification bell for our content that is on the way. We've got paper 2 content all coming up very soon. We've got a Q&A for paper 2 and paper 3. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. So make sure you've got that like and subscribe and notification bell. Right, let's have a little look who is in the chat. Yes, Fred, good to see you. And we've also got Kinde. Nice one, Kinde. And Tay. All the regulars are here. Love it, guys. Love it. We've got Nanny's Milk. Hiya. Good to see you. We've got Joan. Thanks for joining us, Joan. And Cody. He must be on cloud 9, is Cody. He is the winner of the Kahoot. What was it? 90 people in that room. Kahoot challenge. It's looking good, but it all matters on the day. Let's talk about the day, actually. The exam board want to catch you at your best. Don't get stressed. Take it serious, but don't get stressed. Enjoy it. Write as much geographical words and knowledge as you can, and show your talents and show your flair. Okay, show your talents and flair on tomorrow's exam. And I always say this: if you've prepared hard, you can only do your best, and your best will be good enough. Trust me, your best is always good enough. Mr. Chompy, say hi. And we've also got Catherine. Lovely to see you, Catherine. Thanks for dropping in and saying hello as well. So let me start off by talking about the paper tomorrow, and then you can ask any content. We can also have a quiz as well, and just get involved. Thank you for all the hearts and the smiley faces. It means a lot. Thank you, guys. Right, tomorrow's paper. Let me just have a quick sip of the tea. So tomorrow's paper is physical geography, 1 hour, 30 minutes. A total of 88 marks, and you have 90 minutes. So that means you've got a mark per minute. So you're going to have to move pretty quick through the answers, especially the 1 and 2 mark answers. 1 mark could be 1 word, short answer, very short phrase. 2 marks, 2 sentences. Okay, nice, short, sharp 2 sentences for a 2 mark response. 4 marks is a paragraph. 6 marks is 2 paragraphs. And the 9 marker is 3 paragraphs, including a conclusion, which always starts in conclusion. Always. We love the paragraph starter, however. So if you use the word however, really good. And we could talk about those sort of things in a minute as well, little paragraph tips and things like that. So question 1, natural hazards. Yes, geographer's favorite natural hazards is question 1. It is earthquakes and volcanoes, tropical storms, and climate change. We think climate change is going to be a big feature in the 2026 paper as well. 33 marks, 35 minutes. So at 9:35, because it starts at 9 o'clock, 9:35, you should be moving on to question 2, living world. This is the Attenborough topic. This is UK ecosystems, ponds. It is rainforests, tropical rainforest. We think the Amazon is going to be a massive feature tomorrow, so make sure you're aware of your Amazon rainforest. And also, it's your hot deserts if you're at my school. If you're not at my school, it might be cold deserts, so just be careful. But yeah, hot deserts or cold deserts. We studied the Thar Desert. Question 3 is UK coasts. Only 15 minutes on coasts. Short, sharp. The longest question is a 6-marker. And it's usually on coastal defences, sea defences in particular. And I think soft engineering is going to be bigger in 2026. So soft engineering, sea defences could be there. I'll catch up with the chat in a minute, guys. Thank you so much for your comments. Loving that. Thank you. Rivers. Also for rivers, we've got, again, 15 minutes. 15 minutes for coast, 15 minutes for rivers. And the biggest mark is 6 marks. And you've got there a engineering again, sea defences possibly, coast river management. So Boscastle River Management possibly as well. So that takes you to an hour and 30 minutes. Right, let's catch up with the chat. I'm going to beat Archie. I love this. I love competition. Don't just beat the people at your school. Beat the country. That's what you want to do. Be the best in the country. Yeah. Do you have any advice for the longer questions first before the shorter ones? Yeah, I'll have a little run through the longer answers and we'll have a little look at that in a second. So that's one question. Tonight's live stream, guys, you decide what you want me to tell you. Hit me up in the chat. Anything that you want me to go through, anything that you're worried about, concerned about, I will tackle this one. How to answer the 6 and how to answer the 8. So the 9-mark questions. The 6 and 9. Hello, thanks for dropping in. I got a question. Some of these questions also could be also for the Educast. Still similar topics. Yeah, a lot of the geography papers are very, very similar as well. And yeah, Educast, you'll have, I guess you have rivers, you have coasts, you'll have hazards. So very similar. Thanks for joining us as well. Can you go through glaciation? We don't study that at our school, I'm afraid. We can't. Yeah, I don't think we'll have time to go through the whole of glaciation today in tonight's live stream. Mainly rivers, coasts, hazards, and ecosystems. Anything on those, let us know. Can we look at coasts and rivers? Anything in particular that you want to go through on coasts and rivers? Is it landform? Is it management? Is it processes? Yeah, you kind of got 3 areas. You've got processes, erosion, transport, deposition. You've got landforms, and then you've got management. Any predictions for AQA? Yeah, I got loads of predictions. Okay, so question 1. Climate change we think is going to be big in 2026. Climate change, the causes of climate change, the impacts of climate change, and the management of climate change. So those are massive, I think, this year. And possibly your tropical storm as well. Wow, I've got loads of comments coming in. Thank you very much, guys. Can you go through the Holderness coast? Yeah, I will do that, actually. I will go through the Holderness coast in brief and look at the key case study there. Hard engineering and soft engineering. Yeah, we'll have a quick glance at that. Landforms. We're getting loads of requests in, guys. Thank you. Grid references. Grid squares, 4-figure and 6-figure. Okay, we'll try and go through that one as well. What's up, guys? Yeah, say hello to each other. Yeah, ask each other stuff as well in chat. You're all together here. Remember, hit that like and subscribe button. Right, I think we should start with a quiz based on a lot of the case studies that might be on your paper. So we'll have a little go at this. You can join in the fun, and then we'll go through some of the key things that you might need to know. So I'm just going to share my screen here. Here you go, guys. So these are the key case studies potentially for paper 1. I don't know how volcanoes form. In simple terms, volcanoes form by magma erupting. So molten rock erupts and then it cools and solidifies. And that's how it is. It's caused by a gap in the crust. So you get a gap in the crust, magma rises, and that is your volcanic eruption created by a gap in the crust. That's in simple terms. Banbury flood management. Yeah, we don't study that at our school. I can't help you with that one, I'm afraid. We study Boscastle, Banbury. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. You can chat amongst yourselves though in the chat and tell each other about Banbury. You can bounce ideas off each other in the YouTube chat. We are feeling confident, right? I hope so. Yeah. We will be feeling a bit more confident by the end of today. Language on so the mainstream, no one even knows what we're speaking. I don't know what that code is there. Sir, is it similar to EdXLB? Do you study, just to let me know, do you study hazards, earthquakes, volcanoes? Do you study rivers? Do you study coasts? Some of this will be relevant, but obviously this live stream is aimed mainly at AQA geography tomorrow. So going back to my predictions, we think tropical storms, we think climate change for question 1. Rainforests, maybe the Amazon, big on question 2. And in coasts, soft engineering, and in rivers, hard engineering management as well. Yeah, hazardous earth. Yeah, so it sounds like you do hazards. That's good. Yeah, development dynamics. I don't think that one. That doesn't sound familiar. That one. Okay, jump on the quiz if you want to join in. Yeah, challenges of an urbanizing world. That's paper 2 for us. That's our next live stream, so you can join in there. Okay, I'm just going to disappear. I'll be in the background, guys, but just so that you've got full screen for this particular quiz. remove, and then add this one. Okay, we're just switching over the cameras. Hopefully that's come on. Oh, what's going on here? There we go. Put that one back on. Full screen. Seems to be a bit of a delay in the stream there. That's good. Okay. Right, I'm just going to remove that. Hopefully I'm back with you. So in the chat, guys, what would you like to cover in the next 20 minutes or so, half an hour maximum? Wait a minute. What case study is next? Yeah, that's what we're going to look at. So I'm just trying to get screen share. Stop screen share. And there we go. That should work now. Here we go. Leave that one. So what would you like to go through in the chat? Let's go to our live camera, see what's happening down here. So present and screen share. And this one here. Right. We are on. Let me just get myself in the bottom corner. Okay, we've got our live revision notes here. So we're all ready to go. Let's have a little look then. Hit us up in the chat, guys. What would you like me to go through in this next 30 minutes? Can we do Malaysian rainforest? We don't study the Malaysian rainforest. We study the Amazon. Rivers, hard and soft engineering. Okay, opportunities of the Amazon rainforest. Oh, we're getting lots of stuff now. Hard and soft engineering, river management. Okay, so let me just add these. Tropical storms. Wow, there's loads here. River teas. Boscastle. I'm going to end up teaching the whole course here. Don't worry about spelling. Don't worry about it. Atmospheric global. Oh my God, I can't keep up with this. Sand dunes. Oh my God. All right, cheers. There's lots there. I don't know how many we're going to get through. We're going to be here all night, right? We're going to go to coastal transport. So transport of sediment. Here we go. So there are 4 types of transport of sediment. That's the first request. This can apply to coasts or rivers. Okay, hit us up in the chat. Do you know the 4 types of coastal transport of sediment? What are they? How is sediment transported in the water? Atmospheric global circulation. Here they go. Right, saltation we've got. Saltation, very good. Okay, here we go. So large rocks, they roll. Large pebbles and boulders roll. It's called traction, like tractor wheels. So the largest sediment rolls along the bottom of the riverbed or the seabed. Saltation is next. Medium-sized pebbles, they bounce. They're eroded, transported, and deposited in this bounce. So traction is roll. Saltation is they bounce along the riverbed or the seabed. Then we've got our fine particles in the water. Maybe I should colour in very quickly. We're only doing speed revision here. Okay, we've got then suspension of sediment. Suspension of sediment. This means that they are carried within the water column, within the water. Yeah, they're completely carried within the water. They are not touching the riverbed or the seabed. The last one, which makes the sea or the river look very brown, they're carried in solution, which is the 4th one, which is basically the dissolved load. So the sediment, such as clay is dissolved into the water and carried in this solution. Okay, so that is the 4 types of transport of sediment. Okay, so there we go. That's our first one, guys. Next one. See how much paper we get through here. Everybody's asking me about hard and soft engineering. So here we go. Let's have a little go for this. Hopefully you got your notes here. Tell me the difference between hard engineering and soft engineering. Hit us up in the chat, guys. What's the difference between hard and soft engineering? This relates to coasts and rivers, river management. Coasts and river management. After this, we'll have a little look. So hard engineering, and we'll have a look at the different approaches, and soft engineering. Okay. So what do we know about the difference between hard and soft engineering approaches? Okay, let's have a quick look. We'll start with some positives. We'll do 3 positives of each one and 3 perhaps negatives of each one. And then we'll look at some examples of each type for rivers and for coast. So hard engineering, let's have a little look. Positives, they are highly effective at reducing erosion and protecting communities. Okay, so there are highly effective methods at what they do. Just seeing what other people have put here as well. Okay, so highly effective. They are often, well, they are man-made structures. Concrete, metal, and steel generally are these hard engineering approaches, and they often are, in terms of their negatives, they are costly. Okay, they can be costly in terms or expensive. Yeah, costly or expensive. They can also be impactful on the natural environment, impact the natural environment, ecosystems and things like that. And then the construction can impact local communities. Okay. So hard engineering, highly effective, man-made structures at protecting against whatever it is, flooding or coastal erosion. Soft engineering tends to be loads of positives here. Let's go for natural approach, often using either sediment or plants generally. Okay, they work with natural processes. So they allow sediment to move, they allow habitats to form as well. They are sustainable approaches generally. Much better for the environment and cost effective. Okay, cost effective. So these are just general things you would say about soft and hard engineering. Negatives for soft engineering would be regular maintenance. So often these defenses require regular maintenance and monitoring because they don't last as long in terms of lifespan. In fact, here, longer lifespan for hard engineering. Yeah, these are long-term solutions. Which is better. These generally require regular maintenance and monitoring. Soft engineering approaches. Okay. Another negative of soft engineering. They're just not as effective at protecting communities as the hard engineering. You know, if you've got a major urban area, lots of business and infrastructure, you're probably not going to use soft engineering approaches. So what should I put here? Not the favored option for high risk areas. Not a favored option for high-risk urban areas. Okay, for a large urban area where there's expensive infrastructure, you're going to probably use hard engineering. Okay, let's take this up a level. If a place uses a combination of these approaches at the coast, they are creating a ICZM, which means an integrated coastal zone management plan. So if a coastline uses a combination of hard and soft engineering, it's called an integrated coastal zone management plan, or an ICZM. We have one of these on the Holderness coast. Okay, the Holderness coast has a combination of defences, which means if you're using a mix of defences, which you would, you've got an integrated coastal zone management plan. So we look at the risk, we look at the vulnerability, and then we decide what defences we want to use. So we're going to have a look at rivers and coasts. We'll make a little table here. So start with coasts. Hard engineering on coasts. Types of sea defences. Hit us up in the chat, guys. What are the different types of sea defences available for hard and soft engineering management? This is for coasts on this side. And then we'll do rivers on this side. This is all speed revision here. If you've just joined us, thanks for joining. Hit that like, subscribe. And notification bell. We'll be doing paper 2 as well on here on the channel. And soft engineering. Okay, hard engineering. Let's have a little look what we've got. Well done. Lots and lots in the chat here. Oh, yep. Okay, so we have the seawall is hard engineering. It's usually recurved seawall, so it's actually a curved profile to reflect the wave energy, or a stepped seawall. I can see somebody in the chat. Well done to the person in the chat that's put a stepped seawall. It basically has little steps at the base to prevent undercutting. Groins have to be on our hard engineering strategies. These are wooden fences that prevent longshore drift. So groins are amazing wooden structures that build up the beach and prevent longshore drift. And the beach acts as a barrier. Galleons, which are cages of rocks that put at the base of the cliff, to stop erosion of the base of the cliff as well. So gabions are often used. What other hard engineering ones have we got? Seawall groins, gabions, rock armor. Yeah, rock armor. Let's put that in. This is where you place large resistant rocks at the base of a cliff to prevent and halt erosion. There we go. So there are 4 different types. Again, these are generally expensive, costly, high impact on nature and the natural environment and the ecosystem. The construction takes time and it impacts on communities. However, they are highly effective man-made structures that prevent erosion of the coastline, and they tend to have a long lifespan. A seawall can last about 100 years, so a long time. Seawall probably is the most long-term solution. Okay, soft engineering. What have we got here? We've got beach nourishment. Adding sand to the beach to make it wider as a natural buffer to erosion. Some people call it reprofiling, beach nourishment / reprofiling the beach. By the way, management is always on. Yeah, management of coasts, management of rivers, big section ways. Beach nourishment, reprofile. Number 2, sand dunes. Sand dune development. Building sand dunes, planting marram grass to form sand dunes. Planting marram grass to form sand dunes, and sand dunes act as a barrier between the cliffs and obviously the coastline. Another one of soft engineering would be Managed retreat. Managed retreat or managed realignment, where you allow a section of the coast to flood, rebalancing the coastal ecosystem. So you allow a section to create a salt marsh intertidal habitat. Okay. Right, let's go on to rivers. All right, rivers. Rivers. So what are examples of hard and soft engineering in rivers? Hard engineering and soft engineering in rivers. What are they? Okay. I'm just catching up with the chat. I'm just okay. Keep the chat as it should be, please, guys. Otherwise, we will have to remove one or two people. Okay. Hard and soft engineering on rivers. What have we got? Well done to beetroots. Yeah, channel straightening. Well done. Channel straightening. Awesome. Making the river channel straighter, artificially straighter, removing the meanders so that the water can quickly get out towards the sea. We've also got channel straightening, flood relief channels. Yeah, flood relief channels. Awesome. This is where you create an artificial channel that takes water around an urban area. So you could have a town or a city and you take water out of the river and divert it through a flood relief channel. Other examples are dams and reservoirs. Beetroot, you are on it. Thank you so much for being on tonight's live stream. Dams and reservoirs. And the last one, guys, is embankments. Embankments. Really effective way of managing the river from flooding. You just raise up the banks, okay, either side, to increase the capacity of the river. Okay, soft engineering, guys. Soft engineering. What soft engineering flood management strategies do we have? What have we got in the chat? Levees, yeah. Levees is embankments. Natural levees could be one, but yeah. Afforestation, planting trees. Afforestation is tree planting. Well done, guys. So well done to that one. What else we got? Floodplain zoning. So not allowing development really close to the river and having that floodplain zoning area. Also, we've got, what else we got? We've got river restoration, restoring rivers, removing any management that's already there and allowing rivers to flow naturally. Things like dredging the river. Yeah, dredging. Someone's literally just put it there. Dredging the river. And last but not least, flood warnings is all part of soft engineering. Giving out flood warnings by the Environment Agency. Okay, the Environment Agency. So there you have it. That is a big overview of coasts and river management strategies, difference between hard and soft, coastal hard and soft defences, and river hard and soft defences. Now, people have been asking for a case study on the Holderness coast. It's a big one. The Holderness coast is the fastest eroding coastline in the whole of Europe. So I am going to switch the camera in a minute. Let's just remove that one and go back to remove. And then, okay, let's hopefully share this screen now and go to, I'm just finding the case study, guys, because the essentials of the Holderness coast here. Okay, let's put that on there. All right, here we go. screen share. All right. Just trying to swap screens, guys. Just sorry, apologies about the delay in screen sharing. Here we go. Add. Stop sharing. Right. Let's see if it'll do it now. Add screen share. Sorry about the delayed in the feed here. Share this one. Share. Okay. So hopefully that's going to share the screen now. If not, we'll have to do it on written screen share. And this one. And share. Okay. Okay, guys, there we go. We've got a bit of a screen share going on. I'm just going to go to full screen here. And you should be able to see this is the Holderness Coast case study. The fastest eroding coastline in the whole of Europe. It is the fastest eroding coastline mainly because of the geology of this coastline. As you can see in the photograph here, we can see the boulder clay cliffs. These are very weak. And also you can see the darker color at the base of the cliff there. You can see that the cliff is actually waterlogged. At the bottom, lots of water at the cliffs, at the bottom of the cliffs, which adds weight and also adds movement. So here we get a lot of slumping of the cliff as well. It faces out towards the North Sea. We get very destructive waves in the winter. There is very little beach, as you can see in this photograph, to naturally protect the cliffs. Right, here are the key facts for the Holderness Coast case study. So it's a Yorkshire coastline, boulder clay cliffs. You might want to add this to your notes. Guys, this is AQA, yeah, AQA GCSE Geography ready for tomorrow. Thanks for guys in the chat. You've been really, really helpful. Powerful North Sea storms generate highly destructive waves. Over 30 villages have been lost since Roman times, and the Great Cowden Holiday Park has recently collapsed into the sea due to erosion of this coastline. It is Europe's fastest eroding coastline at 2 meters a year, and they use a combination of hard and soft engineering approaches along the coast. At Bridlington, we have seawalls and rock armor and groins. At Hornsea, we have a seawall, rock armor and groins. But Mappleton is the place to talk about. Mappleton is a place where there is a rock groin. Yeah, a rock groin, which is a huge rock feature, which is stopping longshore drift. And that's causing huge amounts of problem along the coastline with preventing further longshore drift back down the coast. So although hard engineering has been really successful at protecting this coastline, especially the people that live there and the economies, some of the sea defences, such as the Mappleton rock groin, is interrupting longshore drift and is accelerating erosion further south of the Mappleton rock groin. The £2 million rock groin from Norway has disrupted the natural flow of sediment down to the south end of the coast, which is also increasing erosion rates down near Spurn Point, which is a spit at the south end of the coast. So there you go, guys. There is some critical revision there for the Holderness Coast as well. All right, so hit us up in the chat. Was there any other requests that you'd like me to run through today? Someone's mentioned the Dorset coastline. I've got the Dorset coastline as well. Let me just skip to that one. Here is the Dorset coastline. So the Dorset coastline is one of the most beautiful coastlines in the whole of the UK. It's got lots of famous coastal landforms on there. And most schools study the Jurassic Coast because the rocks here have formed in the Jurassic era about 75 million years ago. Here are some of the famous landforms you'd find. So in the top left, wave-cut platforms, which is when a cliff retreats over time. It leaves the base of the cliff behind, and that is a platform of rock called a wave-cut platform, and it's only exposed at low tide. So when the tide drops, you get rock pools forming on the wave-cut platform. Kimmeridge Bay has a really beautiful wave-cut platform. Top middle is Durdledore. Durdledore is a classic sea arch along this coastline. It's made of limestone. Most of it, well, all of it is made of limestone. A sea arch is formed in a series of caves, arches, stacks, and stumps. And Durdledore is a classic sea arch. Waves have eroded either side through hydraulic action, abrasion, attrition, and solution to form a arch. Lulworth Cove, one of the most beautiful, iconic features in the top right. This is a cove, a circular bay, formed by hard, resistant rocks at the front of the cove, and then behind there, much weaker, softer bands of rock. And you can see how the cove has opened up behind the entrance to form a cove shape and a beach because of the softer rocks behind the front Portland stone at the front. This is called a concordant coastline when the bands of rock are parallel to the coast. Parallel to the coast. Swanage Bay is bays and headlands in the bottom left. Classic bays and headlands. Headlands are resistant areas of rock, and bays are less resistant areas of rock, and they erode much faster due to differential rates of erosion. Swanage Bay is a classic bay and headland formation on the Jurassic coast in Dorset, and it's classed as a discordant coastline. Discordant coastline means that the rocks are aligned perpendicular or at a right angle to the sea. So that's what we mean by that. Chesil Beach in the bottom middle. Look how beautiful that is. Over 10 kilometers of a sandbar formed by longshore drift continuing in a straight line, joining two headlands together. There is Chesil Beach. And you can see behind the bar, it's trapped salt water to form a beautiful saltwater lagoon, saltwater lake, basically, in behind there. And then behind that to the right, we've got our classic stack. The most famous stack in the UK is Old Harry, beautiful chalk stack. And to the right, you can see there a stump, which is that is Old Harry's wife, which is a collapsed stack. So caves, arches, stacks, and stumps there. Okay, any other requests? Any other requests in the chat that you want to go through tonight? Boscastle. Yeah. Any other? Thank you, sir, my saviour. I'm back. This, yeah, you can stay until well, we don't want any misbehaviour in the chat, guys. Boscastle, please. Erosion stuff. Thank you. You're more than welcome. River Tees, natural hazard case studies. Let's go to Boscastle then. A lot of people asking about Boscastle. So we'll skip to Boscastle. Here's Boscastle. So Boscastle is a beautiful Cornish village. It is very susceptible to flooding. It's a confluence of a river where three rivers meet, and it's in a V-shaped valley, and it's also urbanized. It's got a lot of impermeable surfaces, roads, concrete, tarmac, things like that. So let's have a little look. Boscastle floods. In 2004, Boscastle received 75 millimeters of rainfall in just 2 hours. It's located in a steep V-shaped valley, which means you get rapid surface runoff. And also, it's a confluence of three major rivers. On the 16th of August 2004, huge amounts of damage was caused. As you can see, 58 properties and 84 cars were washed from the car park into the river. See you later, Joan. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate that. Boscastle has spent a lot of money on its flood management scheme, £4.6 million on its flood management scheme, mainly widening and deepening the river, also making wider bridges to prevent anything becoming blocked or dammed against the river, against the bridges. They raised the car park in Boscastle as well, so it's less likely to be impacted by future flooding. And they've also planted trees in the upper catchment area to reduce the amount of surface runoff and intercept as much rain as possible. Although Boscastle is in a highly vulnerable area and is susceptible to flooding, its £4.6 million flood defence scheme has been really successful, and now Boscastle will probably have a flood occurrence interval of 1 in every 500 years. So it's worked. It's worked really, really well in the sense of reducing flood risk. Okay, River Tees. Number of people asking for River Tees. Features along the River Tees. Here you go, guys. So the River Tees is in northeast England. It's one of the most famous rivers in the UK. And here are some of the famous landforms that you would get as you travel down from the upper catchment to the lower catchment. Classic stuff. In the upper catchment, you'd find V-shaped valleys and high force waterfall. Classic. It's Britain's tallest waterfall at 21 meters high, and it's also got a 700-meter gorge just in front of it. If you drop down a little bit further into the middle catchment, you find meanders at Yarm, and you find Oxbow Lakes near Darlington. We think Oxbow Lakes might be on tomorrow as well, the features of Oxbow Lakes. In the lower Tees Valley, you'll find levees, which are natural banks formed by deposition. Rocks being deposited either side of the river to form levees, and floodplains are formed by the lateral erosion of the river. Right down towards the mouth of the river, you've got the River Tees estuary. This is where the river meets the sea, and saltwater and freshwater mix in this tidal section of the river. It's also very important for trade and imports and exports of goods. And in that bottom right picture, you can probably see things like oil refineries in there as well, where industries have located along the Tees estuary. So there you go. That's the River Tees in the chat. Thank you very much, guys, for giving me all of these things that you'd like to go through. I think I'm going to wrap it up now, guys, because it's 7 o'clock. You guys can do some independent revision as well. Get yourselves into your books. Let me just go back on to, let's just remove that. So thank you so much for joining us today. Hopefully you've learned a lot of things that you needed for tomorrow. Let me just remove the screen here. If this is your first time on the channel, please hit that like and subscribe. We'll be back as well for our next live stream next Monday night. They're always on Mondays, our live streams. So let's try and add it back to the screen. Remove that one. Thank you for the chat, guys. I really appreciate the chat. Okay, let's just okay, right. I think we are there. So thank you so much for joining us on tonight's live stream. I really appreciate it. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Remember tomorrow, make sure that revision's in place. Make sure that you take your time. Think about quality answers. Make sure that you do your best, and that is what you can do. Thank you to everybody who's been very kind in the chat and put lots of ideas in there. I will see you tomorrow. All the best. I think my screen's frozen here. All the best. And yeah, see you in the morning. And best of luck to the rest of the country with your paper 1 AQA GCSE geography tomorrow. Take care. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.